A while ago, I noticed something weird. On Wikipedia, Addis Ababa is listed as the capital of Oromia, which is strange, because if you look at the map provided, there's a hole in the middle of the province, which is where the capital lies. Now, Addis Ababa is also a federally chartered city, and given that Ethiopia is a federation of ethnic groups that all don't get along very well, having an ethnic region share the nation's capital is kind of like if Maryland said their capital was Washington, D.C. It's bound to get messy. Which raises the question, what is Oromia's capital? Well, to find out the answer, we have to analyze the issue into three different categories. Addis Ababa sits right in the middle of Oromia. Historically, the territory of Addis Ababa was known as Finfinna, and the area was native to the Oromo peoples before the expansion of the Ethiopian Empire under Menelik II, where he had chosen to move the capital from Gondar to Addis Ababa. For most of the last century, Ethiopia, unlike the provinces we have today, had different provincial borders, which, if you look at a map of ethnic groups, you start to notice the problem. The current borders were implemented in 1991 by the EPRDF, which divided the nation into regional states based on ethnic lines. This resulted in the Oromia and Addis Ababa we know today. Addis Ababa is governed by its own municipal authority, with the Ethiopian constitution defining the relationship with Oromia as a special interest zone. But what is a special interest zone? Basically, while Addis governs itself, Oromia has legally protected interests that are cultural, economic, and also related to administration and land. Addis Ababa has grown outward for decades into Oromo-inhabited lands, which also brings up political questions like, who owns the land, who gets representation, and who gets told to stop arguing because it's just development. This surfaced in the early 2000s, when the Oromia regional government tried to move its capital to Adama, basically to get out of Addis's sphere and run the region from a city that was clearly within Oromia. But to the surprise of absolutely nobody, this was also controversial, and in 2005, the regional seat was moved back to Addis. This resurfaced again in 2014 with the proposed Addis Ababa Master Plan, which would have expanded the city's administrative boundaries further into Oromia, which many Oromos instead saw as an invasion of their territory, with protests so large that the plan was eventually dropped in 2016. So now we know Oromia's capital is listed as Addis Ababa because it hosts a lot of Oromia's institutions and because the constitution says Oromia has a special interest in the city. And that is why there is no clean answer to what is Oromia's capital. Geographically, Addis is sandwiched within Oromia. Politically, Oromia institutions are run within Addis, and legally, Addis is separate from Oromia. It's intentionally kept ambiguous by the government because a direct answer creates a direct loser, and in a fragile nation such as Ethiopia, it may be the best solution they have to offer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.